There is a big issue in Minnesota, the welfare fraud, $1 billion. It's been uncovered. Now we're seeing what is going to happen, perhaps with Tim Walz. What did he know? When did he know it? Ilhan Omar says she doesn't know anything about what's happening, but she just wants to distract from the serious fraud that happened. And maybe as people looked the other way, we know ICE is making moves in Minnesota, Victor. I want to play another clip on MS Now because while they're going in and taking out people who are here illegally, they want to make it, of course, about race. They want to make it about something much different than really what it is, and that is people who aren't supposed to be in our country. Here's Alex Wagner's version of this.
He's always been a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic, and Islamophobic. We know that he called African nations a shithole in his first administration, and so it is not surprising that he is going after black immigrants in this country.
The White House is embracing ethnic cleansing. I mean, that is what is happening here. This is Make America White Again, and it's sort of by any means necessary. It's under the auspices of immigration reform.
How insulting is that to Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, those who voted for the president, Make America White Again? That type of speak, I mean, I think it's horrific on many levels because what it breeds is this sort of narrative that's not true. But especially now where things are so fever pitch, you have, National Guard members being ambushed. There's too many crazy people out there listening to this type of talk, Victor. It's not helpful and it's not the truth.
It's also insulting because what they're basically saying is that people that were from Somalia should not be treated equitably under the law. In other words, that they should be separate or they should have exemptions. And she, of course, came here, Representative Omar, and one of the first things she said is how trashy she thought the United States was. She recently said its dictatorship is equivalent to the one in Somalia. And she came under very problematic circumstances herself. Keith Ellison has got a lot of exposure. He has been fundraising off many of these communities in which, for some reason, they were not prosecuted on the state level, which they had culpability. But the larger issue is, here in California, 17,000 driver's licenses issued illegally to people who were not residents and illegally in the United States. We have these pro-Hamas, anti-Semitic protests by a lot of Middle Eastern students. We've had the people coming across the southern border and killing people. So it's not about race. It's about people coming here without an appreciation or love of this country, even though they have fled places where they had themselves had made the decision they were not nice or they were not conducive to them. And then they get here and they engage in illegal activity or anti-Semitism, or they endanger people on the highways, or they kill people. And it's not about race, but it is about an uncontrolled border and people who are using that border, combining it with DEI to get exemption from the consequences of their behavior.
And it's about the morality, too, and the core of our nation, that we are a nation of immigrants and people with good morals from any walk of life or faith should be here to prosper. We're really tight on time, but because you are in California, we're going to talk about this later. Newsom obviously thinks that Hollywood's going to make a lot of money for him as he perhaps launches that 2028 run. Halle Berry's come out because of the veto for the menopause bill 2 years in a row. She said, don't worry, he won't be governor for long, and he shouldn't be our president because he's overlooking women, half of the base. I thought it was pretty interesting to have an A-lister on the record there with Newsom. Do you think that there will be others brave enough? Because I don't see a lot of them being so brave to come up against, the uniparty there, especially in a state that they have to work in and go to those soirees, down in Hollywood at the fancy parties, Victor.
Yeah, all this is a distraction. I mean, he can't run on, I'm going to do to America what I did to California when we have the highest electricity, gas, sales tax, income tax. We're $17 billion in the hole. We have $250 billion in unfunded liabilities. He's had the high-speed rail disaster. He's had the truck driver's license disaster. He's had the solar plant that blew up, the battery plant that blew up. Our infrastructure is at the bottom of the nations in rankings, so of our school. Everything he touches has turned to dross.
The wildfires? I don't know if you mentioned that. There's so many.
No, I don't think we have enough time.
That's a whole other segment.
Yes.
No, we don't. But promise me you'll come back because I always enjoy our conversation.
I do
Thank
too.
you, Victor Davis Hanson.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.